Hi, my name is Adriana Lee with NeoraFit.
This is a 30-minute beginner-friendly yoga practice, no props required. We'll begin today's practice lying down in Shavasana. Roll onto your side and then lie down on your back comfortably. If you have any back sensitivity, you can bend your knees here instead. And start to connect with your breath. We'll begin with a 16-second breath. Take a deep breath in for a count of 4. Hold the breath for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold the breath out for 4. Do that again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that one more time on your own. This breath is great for calming down your nervous system. Once you've finished up the round, start to invite in some movement. Wiggle your fingers and toes and pull your knees into your chest. You can find a little rock side to side here, or even make circles with your knees to massage out your sacrum. Then release your feet down to the ground for twisted root abdominals. Cross your left leg over the right and place both of your hands on top of your left thigh, then lift up your right foot. Inhale into your lower back. Pause your breath, press your low back down, squeeze your thighs together. On exhale, push your hands into your thighs and resist your thighs back into your hands. Pull your low belly down. Do that again. Inhale, and as you inhale, relax your spine into a neutral spine. Pause your breath, squish your low back down into the mat, squeeze your thighs together. Exhale, press your hands into your thighs, press your thighs back into your hands, find some little shakes, and pull your low belly down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, relax into a neutral spine. Pause the breath, press your low back down, hug your thighs together. Exhale, push hands against thighs, thighs back against hands, pull low belly down, and keep your neck and jaw relaxed. On your inhale, relax that, and we'll take this into a twist. Release both of your knees over to the right and reach your left arm overhead. Take a deep breath into your chest. Exhale, allow your left shoulder to get heavy towards the ground, and if your shoulder blade happens to touch the ground, then you can extend your left arm all the way out. If it doesn't touch the ground, keep it overhead. Allow your neck to face in whatever direction feels most comfortable to you. Take a deep breath into your heart. And exhale, soften into the twist, let gravity do all the work. One more breath here. And after your exhale, roll out of that, come back to center. Keep your legs crossed for one-legged bridges. Relax your arms by your sides and push into your right foot. As you're moving through bridges, try to keep your hips level. On your exhale, press into your right foot and lift your hips up into a bridge. Only lift as high as you can while maintaining a level pelvis, hips in line. Inhale, and then exhale, roll your hips back down to the ground. Take a breath in at the bottom. Exhale, press into your right foot and lift your hips back up into bridge. Inhale at the top. Press down through your right foot, keep your hips level. And exhale, tuck tailbone, lower down upper back, lower down mid back, roll down through low back. Take a breath in at the bottom. And on your exhale, roll your hips back up into bridge. Notice if your hips start to move at all side to side, and hug your thighs together to help minimize that rocking action. Inhale at the top. And on your exhale, tuck tailbone and roll down one section of spine at a time. Then uncross your legs and switch to the other side. Cross the right leg over left this time. Pancake your hands on top of your right thigh and lift up your left foot. Take an inhale into your low belly. Pause your breath, press your low back down into the mat, hug your thighs together, exhale, push. Hands against thighs, thighs back against hands, find some resistance and pull your low belly down. Inhale to relax into a neutral spine, find that little space beneath the low back. Pause your breath, press your low back down, squeeze your thighs together, exhale, push. Hands into thighs, thighs back into hands, and pull your low belly down, relax your jaw. One more round. Inhale into neutral spine. Pause your breath, press your low back down, hug your thighs together. Exhale, press your hands against thighs, thighs back against hands, and pull your low belly down. Then release into the twist. Let both of your knees fall over to the left. Reach your right arm overhead. Inhale into your chest. And exhale, let your right shoulder get heavy towards the ground. And if the shoulder blade grounds down, then extend your right arm out. If not, keep it overhead. Inhale into your low back. Exhale, soften through your outer hips. Let gravity do the work. Inhale into your chest and your upper back. Exhale, relax your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. Take one more breath here. And after your exhale, roll back through center, keeping your legs in the same shape to set up your one-legged bridges. Level out your hips. Relax your arms by your sides. Inhale. And exhale, push down into your left foot and lift your hips up into bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down, upper back, mid back, low back. Once you land, take another breath in. Exhale, tuck tailbone, press into your left foot and roll your spine up into bridge. Again, try to keep your hips from rocking and instead engage your inner leg lines to minimize that rocking action. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck tailbone and slowly lower down. Inhale at the bottom. And one more round. Exhale, lift up. Feel into your neck and jaw and make sure that you're spacious and relaxed in your neck. Inhale at the top. Exhale and roll back down. Once your hips land, uncross your legs, widen your feet, and windshield wiper your knees side to side to release your lower back. Then pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Roll over onto one side, and with a relaxed neck, press yourself up into a tabletop position. Stack your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees right below your hips. Cat-cow. On your inhale, drop your belly towards the mat, reach your heart forward, lift through your sit bones. Exhale, round your spine, press down into the tops of your feet. Inhale, cow. Melt your belly, heart forward, maybe take the eye gaze up. And exhale, cat. Round your spine, press the earth away, tuck your chin. Do that one more time on your own. Now return to a neutral tabletop position. Extend your left leg back behind you, toes on the ground, and then lift your heel to about the height of your hips. Reach your right arm forward and engage your core. Feel for drawing your belly in and lengthening your leg and arm as far away from each other as you can. And release your hand down, lower your foot down, and press back into a calf stretch, pushing your heel down towards the ground. Release that, lower your knee and switch sides. Right leg back, left arm forward, and lift your right heel in line with your sit bones. Draw your belly in and feel for lifting your body out of the shoulder joint. And lower your left hand back down onto the ground. Lower your right foot down and take the calf stretch on the right side. Press your heel down towards the ground with a straight leg. Now walk your left foot back to meet right into a plank position and lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You may choose to bend your knees here if you're finding that your spine is round. Press down through all of your fingers and your knuckles, and then find a little bend, and one knee at a time, walk out your dog. You can move in any way that would feel good here to help you kickstart your morning. Now return to a neutral down dog for an Achilles tendon stretch. Lift up your right foot and place your right toes onto the left heel. Press the ball of your foot down into the heel to help get your heel closer to the ground. You should feel a stretch in the back of your ankle and Achilles tendon. Take a deep breath in and then release. Lower your right foot down and switch sides. Ball of the left foot onto the right heel to get the right heel a little closer to the ground. And hold here for a breath. And then release your left foot back down to meet right and walk your feet to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Your feet can be hip width distance apart or even wider. Let your knees bend, keeping this first forward fold nice and gentle. Let your head hang heavy, and take a deep breath into your upper back. Exhale, soften your jaw. Inhale, lengthen your spine, either hands to shins or fingertips to the ground. Exhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Lower your knee down onto a blanket or onto the ground. Find a box-shaped lunge, stacking your hips over your back knee and your front knee over your ankle. Then tuck your tailbone. Inhale into your hips. And exhale, press your hips forward until you find a mild stretch in your hip flexors. Inhale, push down into the left foot, come back out of that. And exhale, hips glide forward again into that stretch. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, hips forward. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, hips forward. This time, keep your hips where they are. Reach your right arm up for a tricep stretch. Bend your elbow, bringing your hand towards the center of your shoulder blades, and use your left hand to help press your triceps open. Lift up through your ribs, and maybe even lean back to get a little bit more intensity. Last breath. And then release. Lower your hands down to the ground, tuck the right toes under, and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale at the top, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lunge your left foot back. Release the left knee down onto the ground or a blanket. And stack yourself into your box-shaped lunge. Hips over your back knee and front knee over your ankle. And then tuck your tailbone. Hands on either side of your sacrum, take an inhale. And on your exhale, send your hips forward until you find a mild stretch for the left hip flexors. Inhale, push into your right foot, hips back over the knee. Exhale, glide the hips forward until you feel a stretch. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, hips forward. This time, hold the hips forward. Reach your left arm up and find that tricep stretch. Bend your elbow and bring your right hand to the elbow to help open the triceps a little more. Lift and telescope your ribs away from your hips and maintain a tuck in the pelvis so you keep the hip flexor stretch. If you need a little more, lean back into a mild back bend for just the upper back. One more breath. After your exhale, lower your hands down to the ground, forward fold, step the left foot forward to meet right. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, lower your hands down, step back into plank. Find a nice solid plank by pressing the earth away, lifting the back of your heart space up, and engaging your core. And then lower your knees down, untuck your toes, and lower your chest and belly down to the mat at the same time. Reset your legs by lifting each leg up and internally rotating to create some space in your sacrum. And slide your hands forward for Cobra. On your inhale, pull your rib cage forward and up. Lengthen your tailbone at the top. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. And slide your hands under your shoulders. Push up onto your knees and back into down dog. Tuck toes, lift your hips up and back. Step your right foot between your hands and lower your left knee down into a lunge. Set up for a box-shaped lunge again. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Twist from your ribs first, keeping your pelvis level. Then take the left elbow outside of your right thigh. If that's not happening, you can grab onto your thigh with your hand. Your wrist sensitivity, make a fist with the left hand and stack the right hand on top. Relax your neck and twist. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, use your core to help you twist a little deeper. One more breath here. After that exhale, unwind out of that. And now let your foot come a little more forward if you need. Let your hips come forward into a lower lunge. Telescope your ribs away from your hips and tuck your tailbone. Then set your right forearm onto your right thigh and reach your left arm overhead. Lean your upper body back and a little bit over to the right to stretch your psoas, your deeper hip flexor muscles. Take a deep breath into your hips. And exhale, let your hips come forward. If you need more here, you can reach your right fingertips down towards the ground. One more inhale. And exhale, lower your hands to the mat, step back into plank. Now you have the option to come down onto your knees, lower to your belly and take Cobra like before. Or if it's in your practice, lower just halfway down into Chaturanga. Then flip your toes, lift your thighs and your chest up into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog, either from up dog or Cobra. Lift your hips up and back and flip your feet. Then step your left foot between your hands and set your right knee down into a box-shaped lunge to set up for your lunge twist. Level out your hips from left to right. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, twist from your rib cage, and then take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Make a fist with the right hand and stack the left hand on top. Inhale, lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, draw your belly in, maybe deepening into your twist. Continue to press down through the left foot and the top of the right foot, staying engaged in your legs. One more breath. After your exhale, start to unwind and lift your chest back up. Then reset your front foot a little further forward. Let your hips dip forward until you feel a mild stretch. Lift and telescope your ribs and lean back. Then set your left forearm onto your thigh. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Continue to lean your upper body back and now lean a little bit over to the left. Maintain a tuck in your pelvis so that you still feel that hip flexor stretch. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, draw your belly up away from your thigh. And if you feel like you need more, extend your left arm down towards the ground to lean a little further to the left. One more inhale. On your exhale, lower your hands down, step back into plank, and either repeat knees down, lower to your belly and take Cobra, or lower halfway down into Chaturanga, and then lift your thighs and your chest up into upward facing dog, rolling over your toes. No matter which pose you took, make your way back into down dog. Lift your hips up and back and flip your feet. Take an inhale and exhale, set your knees down onto the ground. And here we'll set up for a forearm plank. So lower your elbows down onto the mat, grab onto your biceps to measure the distance apart, how far you want your elbows, then lower your hands to the mat. If your shoulders are sensitive, you can clasp your hands together. Now walk your feet back into a plank. press the earth away through your hands and elbows and engage your core. Feel for staying lifted through your shoulders. And we'll start to come into a dolphin pose. So walk your feet in and lift your hips up as though you were going into down dog. You can bend your knees here if you'd like. Take a breath. And then walk your feet back into your forearm plank. We'll repeat that a couple times. Take a breath in your plank. And then walk your feet forward into dolphin pose. Take a breath in dolphin. And walk your feet back into your forearm plank. Hold plank for a moment. Then walk your feet back in. This time we'll hold dolphin for just a little while longer. If it's intense, or if your back is rounding, bend your knees instead. Lift your body up out of the shoulder joints. Then set your knees down onto the ground. Walk your hands back under your shoulders and come into downward facing dog. From down dog, step your left foot forward and walk your hands to face the side of your mat. All 10 toes face forward. And squat your hips down into a malasana squat or a yogi squat. If your hips are pretty tight, you might choose to work a little bit higher. Otherwise, let your hips come down pretty low. Press your elbows into your thighs and squeeze your thighs back into your elbows. And set your right hand down onto the ground and twist your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath into your side body. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper if it's available. And return to center. Place your hands back to your heart. Adjust your hips if you need. And switch sides. Left hand down, right arm up towards the ceiling. And twist your heart open. Use your left upper arm to help keep opening your left hip. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, deepen your twist if you're able to. And then place your hands back together at your heart. Lower your hands down to the mat and lift your hips up into a forward fold. And widen your feet a little bit wider apart. Come down into a forward fold, releasing your head down towards the ground. Let your neck go. Flank stretch. Walk your hands over towards your left ankle. Grab your left ankle with your right hand and stack your left hand on top of the right. Pull your rib cage towards your right leg, away from the leg you're grabbing onto. And then bend your elbow down towards the ground, letting your head relax against your right upper arm. Inhale into your left side ribs. Exhale, contract the left side to open up your right side a little more. One more breath here. After your exhale, release your hands, walk back through center. Inhale, elongate your spine, crown of the head forward, hips back. Exhale, fold, and then walk your hands over to the right. Left hand grabs right ankle, right hand stacks on top of left. Pull your ribs away from your right leg towards the left, and sink your left elbow down towards the ground. Let your head relax against your upper arm. And breathe into your left side body. Release your leg and walk your hands back to center. Inhale and lengthen your spine, heart and crown of the head forward. And exhale, heel toe your feet back in towards your malasana squat. Your feet could be as wide or as narrow as you need. Then sit your hips down onto the ground to come into boat pose. You have several options for your boat pose. Option 1 is to have the legs extended, arms reaching forward. Option 2, you could bend your knees. This is just a little bit milder. Another option is to place your hands behind your back for support, either with your knees bent or legs extended. And one final option, if all of these are too intense, is to lower your feet to the ground. Choose whichever option best suits you for today. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. Hug your inner leg lines, lift up through your chest, and feel for spreading your collarbones. Notice if your back is rounding, and if so, lift your chest a little higher. And release your feet down to the ground. Extend your arms forward, round through your spine, and roll all the way down to your back. Banana pose. Once you're lying all the way down, shift your hips just a little over to the left. Arc your upper body towards the right, and then scoot your ankles over to the right, like you're making a banana shape with your body. If you need more here, you can cross your left ankle over the right. With your arms, you can either grab onto your wrists, your elbows, or just let your arms hang, whatever is most comfortable. Take a deep breath into your left side body. And on your exhale, let your shoulders melt into the mat. Let go of any tension. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, let your hips get heavy. Last breath here. Then make your way back to center. Slide your upper body back to center, legs back to center, and scoot your hips all the way over to the right. Slide your upper body to the left, and slide your ankles over to the left. If you need more, cross the right ankle over the left. Find whatever arm position is most comfortable, either grabbing your elbows, your wrists, or just letting your arms hang. Take a deep breath into your right side body, breathing into all the little spaces between your ribs. Exhale, sigh it out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hips get heavy. And feel for allowing your nervous system to start to down-regulate. Banana pose is great for opening up the whole side of your body. Opening up the ribs so you can breathe a little more deeply. It opens up the connective tissue, the fascia, from your ankle all the way to your elbow. Take one more deep breath here, allowing your body to reap all the benefits of this pose. And then to come out, slide your upper body back through center, legs back through center, and hips. And squeeze your knees into your chest and find a little rock side to side, getting your body ready for your final Shavasana. You can take Shavasana with your knees bent, feet on the mat if that's more comfortable for your lower back. Otherwise, extend your legs straight out. Let your feet be a little bit wider than your hips. Arms out by your sides. And close your eyes. Take this next breath or two to get any of your fidgeting or wiggles out of the way so that you can get comfortable. We'll take one 16-second breath together. Exhale the air out to begin. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let your breath be natural and observe your breath. for these final moments in Shavasana. If you'd like to stay here a little longer, pause the video and relax in Shavasana for as long as you can. Otherwise, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Turn your head from left to right, reawakening your spine. Inhale and stretch your arms overhead like you just woke up from a nap. Point your toes, stretch your whole body long. And once you feel ready, bend your knees and roll over onto your side into a fetal position, using your arm as a pillow. Take one final moment here in gratitude towards anything in your life that's bringing you some joy right now, and towards yourself for making it to your mat today. And then gently press yourself back up to a comfortable seat, coming up with a relaxed neck. You can use your hand to help your head up. And then find a comfortable seat and place your hands together at your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light in me honors, respects, and loves the light within you. Namaste.